Hello and welcome to the second StakeAHorse.com staking video tutorial. This tutorial will be all about posting stakes. First you have to make sure you're logged into the forum. I'm logged in as NitroViper. And then scroll down to the staking headquarters. Here you select a sub-forum depending on where you play your online poker. I'm a PokerStars man myself, so I'll select that. And this is a list of all of the threads that have stakes in them. If the thread has open stakes in them, available for applying to, then you'll see a shiny gold icon. If the thread doesn't have any open stakes, all of the stakes are taken and already staked, then you'll see a grayed out icon. We won't worry about that right now. In order to create a stake, you click on the stake button in the upper left hand corner. And here you see all of the usual trappings for posting a thread to a forum. Title, message, tags, but you also see this option. Number of stakes you want to add to this thread. All stakes are in threads. You can't just post a stake, you have to post a thread and then put stakes in it. So let's fill this in. This is test stakes for tutorials, and let's give it a message. These are stakes for the video tutorials. Okay, and let's add 3 stakes to this thread. Click submit, redirecting to the edit stakes panel. Okay, if you entered a number for how many stakes you want to add, you'll be taken to this edit stake screen. You can see there are 3 stakes here, which is the number we entered. Let's fill one of them in, but first let's make this window a little bit larger. I had to make my screen smaller for recording this video. There we go. Should be able to see that a little bit better. First you want the stake amount. It's pretty self-explanatory, just the amount of money you want to stake. Then you want to fill in the cut you'll take. This is your cut of the profits as a staker. If you enter 50% here and the player makes a profit of $10, then you'll get 50% of that, which is $5. If you enter 25% here and the player gets a profit of $10, you'll get $2.50. Okay, next is stake back. If you select yes to this option, the player will first have to repay the whole stake before the profits are divided. So if you stake him $10 and his total winnings come in at $15, then he first has to repay that $10 before your cut and his cut is calculated. So if you stake him $10 and he wins $15, he'll give back that $10 before you get your 50% of just the profits, and he'll get his 50%, or whatever cut you specify here. Whereas if you don't select this option, if you select no here, and you stake him $10 and he wins $15, and the cut is 50%, you'll just divide that number in half, just his winnings. If you select yes, you'll divide just the profits. Okay, next is makeup. If you select yes for this option, the player will first have to repay any money he's lost to you in the past before his profits are calculated. So if you staked him $1 in the past and he wins $10 in this stake, he'll first have to give back that $1 before the profits are calculated. So he'll give back that $1, and then $9 is going to be divided, and you get 50% of that $9 or whatever cut you specify, and he'll get the other percentage. The last 2 options are for score. We talked about score before in the profile video. If you check the use score checkbox and enter a score here, players will have to have at least that much score in order to apply for that stake. So you'll use this option if you only want trusted and proven players to apply for your stakes. So if you enter a score of 300 here, the player will have to have at least 300 score to apply for that stake. And once again, the score is just the player points plus the staker points. Okay, let's fill in all this info. 10 cut 50%, we'll leave that as it is. $10 cut 25%. We'll select yes for stake back, but no for makeup, and we'll use score for this one too. Something more reasonable like 50. And this is a big stake. Let's say it's $50 and 1 cent. You can also use decimal amounts here. Let's make the cut 50%, and no for steak back and no for makeup. And we won't use score for the steak. And click add new. And here you see all of the steaks you just added to this thread. See the steak ID, the amount, the cut, the steak back, the makeup, and this field, the horse. This is empty because you haven't staked anyone yet. The horse is just the player, if you didn't already get that. It's just who you stake. So now you get our site title, stake a horse. And you see the date the stake was created, and the required score. For this one we didn't require any score, so it just says none. And you also see a delete button here. This is for deleting the stakes, but you could only delete stakes that are open. You can't delete stakes that you've already staked out to somebody. If you've staked somebody in this thread, then you'll see another section above open stakes for closed stakes, and you'll see all of this information, but the horse will be filled in and you won't be able to delete it. So let's just delete one of these stakes just to prove to you that it can in fact be done. Delete. Okay, we deleted that stake, and that's pretty much it for this panel. You can go back to the thread. Let's make this window smaller again, and you'll see all of the stakes you created. The status, that's whether or not you've staked it out already, and it's kind of like in the staking headquarters. If the stake is taken, you'll see it grayed out. If the stake is open for applying to, you'll see it's nice and shiny. But you can't apply to your own stakes, of course. You see amount, cutback, stake back, makeup, horse, created, and required score. So pretty much everything that was in the other panel. If you want to go to the edit stakes panel again, you click this button, and here you are. You see you can add another stake, but let's go back to the thread. And that's pretty much it for this video. Hope this tutorial was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial on applying for stakes and choosing players for stakes.